Let's can some applesauce. I have not done this before. I've canned a little bit. I'm exploring canning right now. My kids want to help. But I've got 10 pounds of Red Delicious and then another 10 pounds of Brabham and wine sap. Or Brabham wine sap. I don't know which is which. It doesn't really matter because it's all going in the same pot together. I am using locally grown apples. The Red Delicious are like seconds, so they're kind of like icky. Utility grade is what they were called. But so kind of one of those perks is they're not covered in wax, which I kind of thought that was a good thing. I just picked them up yesterday, so they're nice and fresh. I don't know if this combination is going to be good. I think the Brabhams are a little tart, and I can't think what Red Delicious tastes like. I don't know. I just kind of went with it, and we'll taste as we go. The recipe that I'm using for the canning is it's from one of like the national centers of homegrown food. I don't know, something like that. I'll put it down below. But it's no sugar. You don't have to add sugar to it. In case you didn't know this, sometimes you have to add sugar. You're supposed to add sugar to like certain canned jellies because it is part of the antibacterial part of how canning works. But I guess there's enough whatever in apples that you don't have to add sugar. You can add a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I'm doing a water bath canner, which I have to go get that from downstairs. I got to fill that up. That's a task. And then that'll probably have to spend half an hour just heating up on the stove. But until then, we are going to get these washed and cored. And I'm leaving the skins on. It makes the applesauce a little bit healthier. And it turns it a lovely shade of pink, which I have toddler girls. And anything pink is a thumbs up in our household. So let's come along. We'll see how long 25 apples takes. And it might take 2 days because I have somewhere to be this afternoon. But we're starting bright and early. It's not even 8:30 yet, so let's get them washed. Okay, so I've cored and sliced about half of them so far. Half of my half. And so 6 pounds or so far. And I'm out of space in my Dutch oven. So I think I'm going to get these softened, heat them up rapidly. Get those softened, and we'll put those through the food processor to make them smooth. And while that's happening, we'll get the rest of my half batch cut. It's a lot of heating up. And another thing I have to battle is apple browning. I don't know if will they brown after they've been heated up? I don't know. All right, so we'll go get that done. Okay, so I think the apples are soft now, so I've got my food processor here, so I'm going to start processing it. I'm going to have to do it in batch. I don't have equipment for a ton of things. But I did just put my glass jars into the oven at about 200 degrees because we're going to be packing.
Can you help me?
Yeah, hold on one second. We're going to be packing boiling liquid into the glass, and you're going to need... Stop copying me. And if we put boiling hot liquid into room temperature glass, which my house is like 65 right now, it's so cold. We're gonna have a big shattered mess. So those are warming up. They're chilling there until I'm ready to pack it. So we're gonna throw the apples in the processor and then put it back on the stove to get to a rolling boil. Are you done? You said you were going to help me. Why aren't you helping me?
Mommy. Mom.
Okay. We've got half the apples done. I think this might be a 2-day thing, but it's not that late. How late is it? It's almost 10 o'clock. So about an hour and a half, we finally got the apples ready to can. We need to wait for it to get to a rolling bubble, which, let's see, can you see? Okay. Well, there you go. So about 10 pounds of apples pretty much filled up this Dutch oven. No idea how big it is. And then we've got this bad boy on high heat. Something's sizzling. Don't know what. There shouldn't be anything anywhere. But we got this bad boy ready to go. I mean, nothing right now. It's it'll take a while. Whoop, sorry, buddy. But yeah, I am questioning if I have enough cans for everything. I have 5 pint size and then a dozen half pint sizes. So time will tell. If not, we could just put some in the fridge. It'll be good for 2 weeks. And I'll give it to friends and family if it's a lot. But yeah, I mean, honestly, canning is not that hard. You kind of got to do a lot quickly. Ooh, we're at a rolling bubble. Okay, so now we're in trouble because we've got a rolling bubble in the sauce. Yeah, the applesauce, but we don't have a rolling bubble in the actual canner. So I'm going to turn that back down. But I can start filling it up. And then I can start filling the jars, which are still in the oven. That's what I mean by there's a whole lot going on. Right, we got both those boiling. We got that. Both of those boiling. Something in the oven. Like, it's just kind of a lot. Yeah. They're making farting noises. That's not a good angle, is it? My double chin. But my daughter did say it looked like it was spicy. I don't know what that means. I did end up adding about 1/8 a cup of sugar, so not much. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but it seemed a little tart on my end. I don't know if I want to do it all today or I should probably just get it done today, right? Just get it all today, and then I only have 1 set of dishes to do. Because I just need to be somewhere by like 3, which it's only 10, so that's still 5 hours. So I'm tired though. Oh well. Okay, everything happened really quickly. We got a rolling bubble on the applesauce. We got a rolling bubble under here, which I just checked it and wasn't even the little bubbles. But oh my gosh, it took forever. So we're going to get those packed away. Hopefully I'll be able to take you along. Okay, so right now I've got 5.5 pints in the water bath canner, and I still have probably another 1.5 pints like already made, which, I mean, I have enough cans to can what's left. I'll show you. But let's see. Okay, so this is what's left. I mean, not a ton, but like not much fits in the little 1/2 pint jars, which is what I have left. I have those ready to fill, which I could probably at least fill those. And then 4 more that I haven't washed or heated yet. Which, if 11 pounds or 10 pounds, if we went around, got me just 5 pints. That would be, I would need 10 1/2 pints. I have 11 pints. So yeah, I definitely don't have enough jars to can everything. I guess we'll see how far we get in with what's left. That'll kind of tell me what I can do. And like I said, I'm fine putting some in the fridge. That's not a big deal for me. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating now. There's a lot of steam. So I'm gonna open some windows. It's freaking hot. Okay. We're getting there. And then we have to wait like 24 hours for it to for them to cool so we could take the rings off. Ooh, I hope I have enough rings. I should have enough rings. Because that's something some people don't know, that the best practices currently are that you remove the rings and store them just ringless. And if you did everything properly, you can carry it by just the lid. So in case you didn't know that, that's best practices at the moment. But yeah. Canning's fun. It's a lot of work though. Holy cannoli. What time is it? I got 5 minutes until I'll take off the lid for that. But if you're kind of curious as to how canning works, from my novice understanding, because most things that you hot pack, I have no idea about, like raw packing, or I think there's cold packing. I don't know. You get everything to a boil. And so that obviously will kill off any microorganisms that can cause you sick. And then you pretty much, as quickly as possible, put it into boiling water. And then that will, with like the lids on, and so that'll keep that ingredient or that food boiling so that nothing can get in there and contaminate the food. And then the heat, since heat expands, you have the jar with the lid and then the ring holding it down. Heat expands, And then once it cools off, it contracts. And so that's why you'll see the, it's a little dusty, but you see that this is kind of indented. And you'll see on commercial, like spaghetti or something, there's like that safety seal, and they say don't buy it if that safety seal has popped, because sometimes it does. And that's why you should check to make sure you have the correct seal. Now, just having a sealed can does not mean that everything is still safe. You know, if you let something cool down too much or whatever, and there was some potential for bacteria to get in. That's how I understand it as a complete novice, not a scientist. And I guess one other thing I should say, if you're new to canning, you be careful of the recipes. While Great Aunt Matilda's recipe, I'm sure, tastes delicious, sometimes they are not safe to do. I just don't want to see anybody get food poisoning. But you can usually talk to, I think, your like state university extension office. They might be able to test if it is still safe to use. It has something to do with like the acidity in it, because there's certain things that you can do in a water bath canner which will get you up to 212 degrees. Some things you have to have a pressure canner for, things that are low acidic, like I think pumpkins and beans, things like that. So it's just something to be cognizant about if you want to start down the canning journey. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, and have fun. And trust me, I'm not here to judge. We used to make strawberry jam with my grandma. I don't know how. We would like make the jam and stuff, and then we never sealed anything on the jam, like in the cans. We put paraffin wax on top. I don't know if that was sterile. Nobody ever got sick, and I mean that's the thing with this kind of stuff, is it's a game of Russian roulette, and you know, the house always wins at some point or another. You know, thank the good Lord that, you know, Great Aunt Matilda's recipes have not gotten anybody sick so far, but you never know. And God forbid it be somebody like this little one that gets sick. Or Great Aunt Matilda. But, okay, I'm off my soapbox. Got a few more minutes before I'm going to take the lid off. And I will show you guys what's a-happening in there. There we go. So we have pint, and then there is the pint, half pint jar. He's leaning over there. But yeah, we'll just lift it out of the boiling hot water in about 5 more minutes. Isn't she pretty? Woohoo! Letting those cool. Get that back up to a rolling boil. And we'll be done. Okay, guys. It is 12:15. We started at 8:30. And I am done canning for now. I mean, I'm done canning apples. I ended up with 25 pounds of apples turned into about 11 pints of applesauce. So that should last us about a year. And I did want to mention, I spent about $25 in apples. Part of it was a little bit cheaper because I got the utility grade for half the apples. So if I was able to get utility grade for all of them, that it probably would have saved me about $5. So really not too big of a difference. Now I just have to clean up. So you could kind of, nah, you can't really see. But wow, I'm hot, I'm tired. I'm not as tired as I thought it would be. It wasn't too bad. But I did get a thumbs up. My daughter is already eating some warm. I have a little bit left over that will stick in the fridge. And I'm out of jars for now. So I'll have to get more for next season. I don't think I'll can anything more this year. But until then, I'll just kind of use them up, reuse them. But my dog gave me the thumbs up. She said it was so good. So I'm glad, because if you know toddlers, who knows what they like. I mean, they could be the wrong color and they wouldn't like it, right? So this isn't quite, here we go. That's what it looks like. Yay. We're not 100% done yet. We'll let them. You want applesauce too, don't you? We'll let them cool completely for like 24 hours, so they'll get to hang out on my counter for a while, and then we'll take the rings off and make sure everything is good and sealed before putting them in our little food storage area that I am starting. So, thanks for tagging along. If you have any questions, just let me know down below. Bye.